Hi, everybody. Right now I'm working for a Bloober Team. There was a little bit mistake in the leaflet you got. I am a senior level designer, and I will talk to you about the horrors in blueprints from Unreal Engine. First of all, I would like to thank you, Digital Dragons, for this awesome stage. It is a little bit overwhelming for me. Well, I used to be a belly dancer. It was like 10 kilograms before. But this stage, it's really nice. I would dance on it. Also, I know that I should use this proper Digital Dragons poster, well, the first slide, but I had to use Cthulhu. Come on, it's eldritch horror, it has to be Cthulhu. So, we all know them, blueprints from hell. And I know we are all guilty of them. I am guilty. Come on, look at them. It's terrible. If you want to look more examples like that, you can check Blueprints from Hell, just Google it, find it on proper hashtag on Tumblr. They look like they were invaded by some monsters from the deeps of ocean. So, well, basically Cthulhu and the company. But don't worry, I got you covered. But I got you covered because there are some steps we can actually use to untangle this holy nightmare. So, who am I again? As I told you, I am a level designer for over 10 years of experience. And for 6 years right now, I am using Unreal Engine. I worked in blueprints, and I also make terrible mistakes in it. If you would see my very first blueprints, you would just scream in horrors. That's why I learned how to clean it, that the other people will also see them and will understand what I had in mind when I was scripting it. I also graduate from the Technical University of Łódź. I saw that there are professors from Technical University. Are you here with me? Maybe not. All right, but are you? No, sorry. Okay, so when I was still studying, my professors put a big pressure that our scripts or codes, because I was also learning programming, so our codes are clean and there are lots of comments there and we have proper variables. So that also gave me this mindset that a script has to be clean. And I think it was very important, one of the most important things actually I learned during my studies. And also my zodiac sign is Virgo, and it said that we Virgos likes to keep things clean, at least in script, because if you would see my desk, it's terrible, but my script at least is clean. So, why we need blueprints clean anyway? Let's look into some arguments about that. Okay, so people who will look into our blueprints can quickly understand what we wanted to achieve. But you can say, Danka, I am the only owner of a feature, maybe I am indie developer, so why I need that? I can just have a hell in my blueprint, I will understand it, so why should I care? Well, I could argue with that in a year or and a half, you will just don't understand why you put something like that there and what was your way of thinking when you were scripting it. And also, good luck with debugging it after a while. Okay, so now let's dive into it and cut heads of Hydra. So the very first thing I encourage you to do when you're working in Blueprint, just please create the events. I use the Holbein picture here. He divided his whole picture into heaven, hell, and purgatory, I guess. So he would understand how to start cleaning up in the blueprints. Okay, here will be the example from the Unreal Engine. It will be very simple, but that's my thing. You should work from the very beginning. You should have the proper mindset that you should have your blueprints cleaned from the very, very beginning. So, for example, this is a very simple game from the first person template. You just reach the door, you open it, and the light turns on. It's nothing fancy. And the script looks like that right now. You have like a trigger box, some variable that to check if the door is open or not. And then you play the sequencer, you turn on lights, and I could bet that some of your blueprint looks like that. And mine also, yes. Actually, I already named the sequencer. I know that when you create the sequencer in Unreal, it's usually call it like level sequencer 01, something like that. But I already am accustomed to just name them, so I should leave it like level sequencer 1 for example, but I forgot about that. I already used the name. It's good to have this. It's good to have already this practice. So I divided them into some events. We have already an event to play the sequence and the event to turn on the light. I know there is also a problem here that we actually call the variable like 3 times. We check it. I know, it's terrible. But I will also show you how to deal with such a situation. Okay, but, okay, Nuvar is not a proper name. And the same goes for the other one. And I actually showing you that because also when I was in a technical university, we as students use variables like that like all the time. So we have like this or event 1 or TMP 1, 2, 3, and you would not understand what we wanted from them after 3 months or something like that, and it was even more terrible when we pass our codes to the next generation because, well, that was the usual thing that you just give your code to the younger generation so they can, of course, learn your code, that's right. And, well, they wouldn't understand what this means. Okay, so we will identify all the names that just means nothing. Oh, I also hate when there are lots of trigger boxes. There's trigger box 1, 2, 3, and all of a sudden you have 150. And what they are doing, I don't know. And they told me, oh, Danka, please check trigger boxes that influence the quest. But I don't know which one, because there are no proper names. So yeah, those custom events, 1, 2, they have to go. This new var command. Trigger box, as I told you, and yeah, I already named the sequencer. It was out of the habit. Okay, so as I told you, please use some meaningful works, and you will yourself in the future, I tell you. So, as you can see, I changed it. I just add the new variable, which is door open. As you see in my example, you reach the door open, and when you go into a trigger box, and then we have the event play open is called, and turn light is also called. Maybe play open is not the best. There should be maybe play open doors, so somebody who will take care of my blueprint after a while, you will understand what is opening in fact. And for a turn light also maybe there should be turn light, I don't know, second floor, something like that. Or it should even be turn light and a second floor, and then should be a proper variable like a bool to turn it off and on. But you know, I'm going too deep. First, name it. And also, please remember to leave as many comments as possible. Remember, you will not only love your future you, but also the others will really appreciate it. So, I am a big fan of colors. So, I also use them a lot in the blueprint. So if you would ever work with me, if you see a blueprint which has like colors everywhere, you know it was touched by me. So I use a comment to have a part for door animations or the sequencer. I have for turning lights. I use this main logic, and also using I usually leave, if I know that I will have to work on something in the future, I also put it into a box so I will remember. And if somebody is taking care of my blueprint when for example, I am away or on holiday or a conference, they know that, yeah, I know there is this part that I will take care, maybe not now, or maybe we still miss some features, but here it is. Okay, so as you can see, we started from this very top blueprint, and we end up with this very nice. Come on, it's so beautiful. And it's colorful. You would understand what the level designer had in his and her mind when he was creating it, and what was his train of thoughts. So also I will tell you about my favorite trick with variables. Well, the thing is that I like it a lot, but before using it, you should ask your technical level designer or whoever is taking care of the technical side of your game, because this trick is usually, well, it's not a trick, it's just a feature. It is used for co-op games, and it is that you can use, well, it's called rep notify for variables. You can change them into this type, the replication rep notify. And what it is doing is that all the variables are stored on server, and if a client joins, his code is checking what are variables right now set on server, and it's changed accordingly. But cool thing is that the blueprint is creating the additional function for just checking this variable. So you can move all your code there for the script to be cleaner, and this is how our main logic looks like. And it's really cool that variable is just taking care of itself, so it understands what it should do when the variable is changed. I just love it a lot. I use it all the time. But please, before using it, you ask your technical level designer. Actually, technical level designer showed me that, so after that, I am just using it. Okay, and the last thing that can also help you with cleaning up your blueprint is please use graphs. Not everybody knows, I don't know why, but not everybody knows that you can add new graphs to your blueprints. So not only a main one, but you can organize that all the lights will go to one, and I don't know, animations will go to another one. And I usually, when I work like that, I put all the debug code somewhere else. So whatever I need to check something, or and of course I don't remember how I call those debug functions. I just look into a debug and okay, remember. So it was this and this and this. Of course, it's calls to the proper function I already have somewhere else, but it's just my way of doing things, and I would really appreciate also if others will also have their debugs in other graphs, so it will be easier for us to understand each other. Okay, so let's gather all the tips and tricks I show you. Let's gather our knowledge. So how to battle this eldritch horror? First, as I told you, divide each logic pieces into separate events, and yeah, don't call the custom event one. Use meaningful names for that. Also, comment as much as possible and maybe use colors. That would be cool. Also, well, you can use this trick with replication, but ask about that, the technicals about that, because it's for co-op games, but it's really nice when the variables handle it themselves. And the last thing, use graphs to organize your train of thoughts and whatever is happening in your, well, level blueprints, because they are usually used for level blueprints. Okay, and you would ask, what are the results? What's there to gain for your game? And I would say nothing. But it's a gain for your team, and it will help with a workflow for a team. And that's it. So I would really like to hear your thoughts, opinions, maybe also your other tricks you're using in your blueprints, so they are clean and nice and they don't look like a spaghetti monster. Also, you can write to me or just talk and ask me questions. So here it is. Thank you. Hey, nobody has any questions. All right. Thank you then.